Kai Sotto's hope of realizing a nation's NBA dreams depends on whether the league will favor potential over results. There's been an increasing interest among the NBA teams as far as drafting Kai, and their confidence is not unfounded. In the NBL, Kai averaged 7.5 points, 4.5 boards, and almost 1 block in over 15 minutes. In just 24 games with the 36ers, he shot a whopping 50% from the floor, 35.7% from deep, and shot a cool 68.1% from the free throw line. Those numbers have drawn polarizing opinions, especially from those who has followed Sotto since the beginning. Scouts and coaches alike just talk about the intangibles with this kid, how he's so humble, and he's focused on his process. Kai is looking to become the first Filipino to make it to the NBA. So in today's video, I'm going to give you reasons why no NBA team should ever pass up on Kai Sotto. Let's talk about the offense for a moment. Sotto, he managed to carve out a special niche in the NBL. He was involved heavily on the pick and roll, especially as a roll man. Per tracking data from Instat, the 36ers scored 1.33 points per possession with Sotto as the cutter, and 1.17 points per possession when he was involved as a roller. Both of those marks are above the league average. Now, Sotto's 7'3", almost 275 pounds, and the dude's mobility and his awareness are above average for his height. Sotto posted up a lot. About almost 20% of his offense came from the low block, and he had the second highest figure from his portfolio. But Adelaide only scored 0.68 points per possession during those trips, well below the league average, which was 0.89. Sotto has great touch, especially from the low block, and on those short floaters, they are a thing of beauty. But if he wants to improve, he's got to improve on his hands and his strength offensively. But if you look at his passing and his floor vision, it's pretty elite. It's actually garnered a ton of attention over the years, and the dude's definitely got a shooting stroke. On Tuesday, Sotto had his 13th and final pre-draft workout. He showed the Pacers staff that he's a skilled 7-footer that can shoot from the outside, and he's also a pretty good passer at his height. He has high basketball IQ, and that's something you cannot teach. There's always going to be a place for 7-footers in the NBA, and Sotto, he's hoping his skill set translates enough to the modern style of play that he can find a fit on someone's roster. Sotto's going to take some time to develop. He needs to add significant weight to his frame, and there's 3 areas that he really needs to focus on, which is getting stronger, faster, and more athletic to compete with the NBA bigs of his time. If the Indiana Pacers decide to select him, they're going to have to take a patient approach, and he's the type of player that any organization might take a chance on with a second-round pick or a 2-way contract. And there's something that you guys have to remember. You cannot teach size, and that alone makes Sotto at least worthy of consideration. But listen, regardless of what happens on draft night, Sotto should have at least an opportunity to play for a team in the Summer League in Vegas. And perhaps he will make history by taking the floor for an NBA team, whether that's next fall or sometime down the road. Sotto definitely has the bigger picture in mind. All he wants to do is be able to make it to the NBA, just to show his people from the Philippines that anyone can do it, and be that example as the shining gem for his fellow countrymen. Now, that leads me to today's question. Do you think Kai Sotto would be a good fit for the Indiana Pacers? In my opinion, Kai Sotto would be a good fit for any team.